So in this video, we're going to look at how to create a stem and leaf plot with a data set that you have. Keep in mind that a stem and leaf plot is very helpful when we're just trying to get an idea of how the data is spread out, if it's maybe a normal distribution or a skewed distribution. It also allows us to identify a mode very quickly at a glance. So when you're creating your project and you're including your graphs, you want to ask yourself if a stem and leaf plot may be how you want to show your data. Keep in mind the more numbers you have, the larger the plot is, but it is a graphical display of data and it does give us some information at a glance. So in your Express, you're going to go to Graphs here, or you could go at the top of your screen, whichever one you choose to go to, and you're going to select Stem and Leaf Plot. When you do that, you're going to highlight your times variable and you're going to bring it over. We're not going to be dealing with group variables in the course, so you don't have to worry about that. You can indicate an increment, or you can allow Minitab to do the increment for you. So Minitab's pretty intuitive. It does do things for you pretty well. So if we look here, these are our stems and these are our leaves over here. So if you notice, it did this thing where it split my stems to where I have 2 stems and 2 3 stems, 2 4 stems. If you didn't like that, you could go back into your graph, and because it's increments of 10 that it's breaking apart, you could say I want my stems to be 10. So that means 2, 3, 4, 5 and counting by tens, and you could create this data set where you only have one stem. Now why is that useful? Because here I can see very quickly at a glance that I have a mode here of 30, I have 2 values here for 30, I have 2 values here for 43. So putting it in increments of 10 and playing with those Minitab settings can help you make a little bit more clear what you're looking for in the stem and leaf plot. When you're looking here at the stem and leaf plot, you can see that 5 only has one stem at a glance, so that might be something we want to investigate as an outlier potentially. You can also see that my first stem is 2, my last stem is 5, so my values are going to be between 20 and 50, because if you look at my data set, it's not decimal data set, it's going in values of tens. And like I said, at a glance, you can kind of see the mode. Now for the distribution, we're looking at, this is pretty stacked up here at the top. We don't have that nice bell curve symmetry, so we can also tell that it's skewed. So again, when you're working in your project or in the assignment, you're doing what you're directed to do in the assignment, but in the project, you're using what you've learned to do in these assignments to decide, well, what graph is really going to make my case for my claim. So we're giving you the tools in the assignment here, but definitely keep stem and leaf plot in the back of your mind as you get your data set in and you decide what's the best way to graphically display my data to make the largest impact on my audience. And that is stem and leaf plots in a nutshell.